I remember like distinctively a few key moments in my life, a few key times where it was either something someone told me, an experience that I had, or just some type of experience that really helped shape like who I am today. So, like I said, I remember being at home. I don't know what had happened in my house, but I've had children's services at my home on multiple occasions throughout my childhood, just because of me and my mom's relationship, And I remember one of the caseworkers at the house, she was like, took me for a walk, and she was like, I just want to tell you that you have something in you. And she said, you probably never heard this word before, but it's called resiliency, and you are resilient. And she said, and remember that. And I remember saying to myself, I don't know what the hell that word means, but and I never looked it up. I just kind of like kept that with me. But often throughout my years, whether I was going through something or just trying to manage, I think about that, right? I think about it like it was yesterday, like resiliency. She saw it in me. Whatever I was going through, I'd say at that time, she saw that in me. And there's been other occurrences like that. So, in your life, like what have been some of those kind of game-changing moments for you, or some of those impact moments for you that you've kept kind of with you along your journey?
Yeah, I feel like I've had similar experiences, like the one you had in connecting with adults that saw something in you that you didn't have the capacity to see in yourself. And if I'm really reflective upon it, I think there have been so many occasions where I've interacted with adults where similar messages manifested to what you heard in terms of being resilient. I remember having a conversation with a teacher one time where she was concerned about some of the friends that I was interacting with at school, and she was very intentional about creating some opportunities where she could pull me apart from the crowd that I was hanging out with. And, we would have these, what I thought to be now reflective of that, really deep conversations about my future and what I wanted to do and what she saw in me. And I feel like she took it upon herself to every moment that she had, one-on-one moment she had with me, to remind me of what I'm gonna, define as my greatness. And that was important. Here's what's interesting about that. I don't necessarily know that she understood some of the family dynamics that were manifesting at home. I think that I probably would not have shown up on anyone's grid to be of concern, right? I did extremely well academically. I, always kind of stayed above the radar in terms of, behavior, never really had any behavior issues in school. So to the, person looking from the outside in, everything seemed to, look well. There wasn't a whole lot for an adult engaging and interacting with me to be of concern. But there was something about this woman in particular that I feel that she saw beyond the surface. And I'm, to the extent that when I left this school, so again, we were quite transient in terms of, the different spaces that we lived and interacted with during my upbringing. But I remember her getting permission from my mother to go and pick me up after I'd left the school, to go and pick me up so that I could participate in an excursion that she was taking her students on, and my mom giving her permission to do that. But, similar to that, you can probably multiply that experience times 10, because it's happened so frequently, and I'm so grateful for it, because I do recognize that, people saw their role in my life as saw some responsibility connected to being able to interact with me as a young person. And I think about that, and I think about my experiences and interactions with young people, and how that experience that I had has really created this awareness for me in terms of the deep understanding that every interaction that I have with a child could be a meaningful interaction for them, and I
Yeah.
need to be thoughtful and I need to be intentional about how I engage. But I feel the same way about, adults and people in my circle as well. I think everything that I do, I try to be very intentional and thoughtful about that, because you don't know if this will be the one time someone needed to hear something from you, or what someone might be going through that they've not shared with anyone else. And I just realized that that's really powerful. Words are extremely powerful, especially when you need the right word at any given time.
Yeah.